innocence was gone astray. Had to leave my home at an early age. I saw mama praying, I saw daddy grind. All my tender problems had to leave me. No, only God knows, only God knows, only God knows. 16 carriages driving away while I watched them ride with my fears away till the summer sunset on a holy night on a long back road. All these tears I fight. 16 carriages driving away while I watch them ride with my fears away till the summer sunset on a holy night on a long back road. All these tears I fight. One, two, three, four. She coming, 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 coming. We're gonna make it do what it do, yeah, yeah. Hello, girls. Hello, fellas.
You're pretty swell.
Those petty ones can't touch me.
Why?
'Cause I'm a clever girl. We clapping. We drumming. My family lived and died in America. Good old USA. A whole lot of red.
All right, enough of that. I thought it was going to be a better performance. I haven't seen it yet. That's why I decided to watch it with you guys as we opened up the stream. But yeah, no, she don't share, Nunya. She don't share. But also, like, this kind of fell flat for me. Maybe it gets better. I don't know. Hold on.
Yes, he shot me down. I died, and someone brought me back to life, but never took my time. And I'm home, and I'm home, and I'm give you high fashion in a simple white tee. Give you in a happy man. Come take it to the floor now. Woo! Huh. There's a tornado in my city. Hit the basement. That sure ain't pretty. Rugged whiskey.
I would say that's the best part of this. Is she dressed for a Diddy party? It looks like it. Hello, everybody. Come on in, come on in. Yeah, I didn't get to watch this halftime show yet. So I just wanted to see, yeah, and the fact that her baby daddy done been named now in the Diddy chaos. Girl, but I think he was named in the Diddy chaos after this halftime show, right? This a ritual. The white party. Yeah, no, this whole performance, I like old school Beyonce. This performance was nothing spectacular. I thought it was going to be good. It turns out to be shit. A whole steaming pile of shit. Like these YouTube streets, speaking of. Please, everybody, let me pull it up. Keep in mind that today is 10 months. 10 months with Sebastian being missing. I posted, let's see. I posted on my community post. This is what it says. The tragedy pimps, new ones and some old, could not resist going live for one day. One freaking day to not talk about the Sebastian Rogers case. Couldn't give the family one day to not have to worry about the shenanigans being spread on YouTube. Today marks 10 months that Sebastian Rogers has been missing. I hope we have some answers soon. And then it's followed by a few of the flyers as well as the TBI newsroom where you can find the flyers. And I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. There was a lot of tragedy pimps, new and old, that couldn't just let it rest yesterday. Um, I understand At Night put out a post that is stupid fucked up. Stupid fucked up. Merry Christmas, everyone. May your day be filled with joy, laughter, and the warmth of family. And hey, Mr. Proudfoot, how about making this the best Christmas ever by instructing whoever has information about Sebastian's whereabouts to bring him back home? Let's make it a true holiday miracle. Followed by, congratulations on the extra cash from not buying gifts for Sebastian this year. Fucked up. Instead of pocketing the savings, maybe we could invest in a heart and actually work to bring him back. But who are we kidding, right? That would require caring. And if you know where he is, perhaps you could guide him to a nearby store. Tell him to go inside and call the police. Why? What is it about the stores? What is it about the stores? I find it very sus that Nick and Dog and Hung and everybody at Night keeps saying take them and drop them off to a store. It's very sus to me. It's a small act that can make a significant difference. That is fucked up. I absolutely, and this was posted on Christmas Day. What the fuck are y'all thinking? Like, why would you do that on Christmas Day? But furthermore, why would you bring it up and go over it on Christmas Day? As creators, why would you do that? There were a few people that went over it. I know Clue and Cletus went over it, and I agreed with everything they said about it. What I don't agree with is the fact that this was posted on Christmas Day and they couldn't even wait until the next fucking day to go over and do a stream about it and call it out. Instead, they brought more awareness and more attention to it on Christmas Day. Like, what are y'all doing? Can y'all not just take a fucking break? Take a day, even if you're not celebrating. Go watch some fucking TV. Watch some positivity on YouTube. Like, I felt like it could have been waited. It could have waited to be addressed. Also, there was somebody, and that's what I mean by the new age and the old age tragedy pimps. Because let me pull this up. Then you got, let's see. Like, y'all just couldn't take a break. Just couldn't take a break. Then you got Justin live last night, and his thumbnail is disgusting as fuck. Justin, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Okay, let me get the rules straight. The 4th of July and Thanksgiving Eve equals bad if you stream. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day equals okay to stream. That's the way they're making it seem. Absolutely. So this is an old school tragedy pimp that did his thing. And the thumbnail is just disgusting. It says Elise, it shows Katie, and it says, well, what's supposed to be Katie. Ellie says, I can't speak on that. I don't want to. And then it's got what's supposed to be Chris Proudfoot over here with a bag holding presents that he didn't have to buy. So fuck out of here and fuck you for that, Justin. Then we got this skank who has made her way over here from TikTok, Julie Skolnick. And she has not stopped. She also couldn't give a fucking day. Christmas Day. fuck Christmas Eve. Y'all couldn't at least let it rest on Christmas Day. So this would be considered a new age tragedy pimp. She went live yesterday, and then she's got a live upcoming today about Craddock. So this is a new one, and then there was the one that Jay swears up and down is Bullhorn Betty. Now she has posted a lot. She has not stopped going live. She's got 3 live streams in just the span of 24 hours. So she definitely didn't take Christmas to reflect or spend time with her family, or if she doesn't have family, spend time with herself, you know? Something. So Clue and Julie and Crime Time Buzz, they're all new age tragedy pimps. Justin's old tragedy pimp. Let's see if Brittany J went live. I got to check both her channels, though. She got to make it complicated on me. Let's see. So she did go live, but I'm not sure what it was about. So let me go through.
Yeah, you got the problem. You can probably get up it once you get up there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yes, they went live Christmas night, going over the search that Chris Proudfoot did with Cletus and Steven. Okay, so Brittany. But Brittany would be considered the old school tragedy pimp in this type of scenario. Okay, so Brittany did. And then Brittany also went live on the other channel. Allegedly, in my opinion. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the one where she went. Nope, it's gone. She went live on this one about grannies watching and just a YouTuber. Or no, just another troll. Sorry, wrong people. Oh no, here it is. It's right here. It was on her old OG channel. The night before Christmas, Jat, just another troll, dropped some truth bombs and more. So that was Christmas Eve, right? And it was pertaining to her and Granny and their fight. Bro, what are y'all doing? Y'all are so fucking like, is it worth it? Like, can you not find something to do on Christmas Eve? Fuck Christmas Eve though. At least that wasn't on Christmas. But what was on Christmas was her going over the video of Chris Proudfoot searching. Hold on, Tony's calling. So, I mean, and my criticism, because I'm a creator, I'm allowed to have an opinion. My criticism would be for all those who felt the need to do a stream on Christmas. Like, fuck, give it a rest, bro. But even let's look at White Boy. White Boy did a live stream yesterday talking about Chris and or no, not a live stream, a video talking about Chris and Katie.
What up with it, man? White Boy back with another one. Listen, man, it is like
on Christmas, but you're gonna draw more attention to the crucifixion of Chris and Katie on Christmas. This kind of falls into the Clue thing, like absolutely on it. But y'all can't give these parents one fucking day. One. That's it. Just one day. Who else? I think Jay went live. She would be considered an old school tragedy pimp. I think she went live. That ain't the right one, but she did go live about, maybe it is. Let's look. I think it is.
Sus, but you've stuck around.
That's all I heard throughout that. I know you're hearing.
Hold on. There they are all on Christmas evening up there together. And this was supposed to be talking about different topics. They were upset at Josh, the lab's poem. It was a stupid fucking poem. I don't think it was meant to rhyme. I don't think it was meant to be funny. It was meant to call you guys out. Nick at Night, which is Nick the Hat, his latest video, and Deep Diving Binocular Bobby. So not only was this a drama stream on Christmas, but it was also an exploitative stream on Christmas. Again, not just one day. Y'all can't do just one day. It's sad, bro. It's sad as fuck. They're bringing awareness to the chaos that people are doing on here. That's the problem, Pixie. Like, the chaos in itself is bad, right? This post by At Night Media is bad. It's terrible. But do we need to address it on Christmas Day? I don't think it's necessary. Address it the next day, because all you're doing is taking something someone posted that is super fucked up on Christmas Day, and you were bringing more awareness to it on Christmas Day, especially including Cletus's. Now, like I said, I agreed with everything they said on that live stream. I just wish they would have waited until the day after Christmas to address it, just so that the family, because you don't want to bring more attention to the nastiness on Christmas Day. Let them just have a little time. And especially when they watch your channel and they're a part of your channel and they partake in your channel, it's like they could have probably went a whole lifetime without hearing that shit on Christmas Day. That's what I'm saying. But a lot of creators are too fucking selfish and feel like they need to be the ones to address something first or quicker than the other, and blah, 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 blah. So I think this from At Night was enough. And I'm pretty sure Chris and Katie and Seth probably condones it, but Chris and Katie probably did see it when it was posted and had to take that in and had to feel what they were feeling about this post. But it doesn't help when people keep going live about it on Christmas Day when their child is not home where he should be. I actually seen that Dolly went live yesterday and he refused to speculate on anything pertaining to Summer Wells, Sebastian, all of it. People kept trying to bait him to speculating in the chat, and he kept saying, no, it's Christmas Day. We're going to leave it be. We're going to let them have their time. And I don't fuck with Dolly, but I can absolutely say good job for that, because that's what the whole community should have done. And it was very few. Now, there were people that went live and didn't cover this stuff. Me, Nonsense, Jason, Allie, MJ. I think MJ went live last night. There were Dolly. There were, but see, this is where it gets awkward, because Dolly would be considered an OG tragedy pimp. And even he was like, no, fuck it. Let them have today. Let's not do any speculating. Let's not do any theories and rumors. Let's just not do that. And I can fucking appreciate that. But it doesn't make him not a tragedy pimp, because he still be making fucked up thumbnails and stuff or he was. Like Madeline Soto thumbnails were awful. But it does count. in the regard of at least he didn't do it. He knew that At Night posted this. He knew that there was a video of Chris Proudfoot searching with Cletus and them. He knew that. And he still chose to not discuss it on Christmas Day. Lady K, that's right. Lady K didn't do it. Actually, I looked at Bullhorn Betty's live streams, and she's got a few live streams for the past couple of days. But her Christmas Day live stream actually was just taking phone calls, and she didn't hover on anything related to Sebastian Rogers. Oh, thank you, Southern Gal. I appreciate that. The HOA's production was festive and everyone did so good. Thank you to you all. It was well done and enjoyed it. Thank you, Southern Gal. I appreciate that. We had fun putting it together. We did. It was a good time. Right. There you go, Pointer Lover. I'm not a fan of Dolly, but I'm glad he didn't do it. And even people like Queen. Queen is just now going over all this stuff. She waited until today. I waited until today. It's just like, give it a break, bro. Just take a day. Just take a day. It's bad when you see Dolly and BHB taking a day and the people we're supposed to be on the same side with aren't doing the same. Because let's use Granny didn't go live, but she did make an appearance on Jay's stream. And Jay's stream was talking shit about Josh. Fine, that's y'all's beef. Talking shit about Nick the Hat. And also there was a little bit of talking about Seth. Again, y'all couldn't give this father one fucking day. Whether you agree with him or not, you couldn't give him that one day. Y'all are tragedy pimps. Sorry. Oh, he'll be a jerk next week, Kiwi. OG and New Age tragedy pimps is exactly what is going on. One Shot, thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you. I appreciate that. And if you got one, make sure to thank One Shot.
Welcome to the Hippie Hut, man. Let's vibe.
So let's go over here and watch this video. It's Michelle After Dark. And the way she calls At Night and Dog the Bounty Hunter and all of them out is chef's kiss. It's such a responsible, respectful way to do so. I want us to watch it.
Everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Thursday morning, the 26th of December. So I hope you all had a great Christmas day yesterday. I didn't make any videos yesterday. I had a almost complete digital detox.
Almost a complete digital detox. I think more people could use that, Michelle. Just saying.
I certainly ignored all the nonsense from the Sebastian Rogers case, but I am here this morning to address it. At Night, private intelligence. The word intelligence shouldn't be used in the same sentence as this ridiculous group of people, in my humble opinion. So, we're going to talk about all of their recent posts and how they're just goading the situation. Prove me wrong. Let's go. So we have to go back to the 21st of December. All right, so we're going to read through everything that they've posted since then. So we're going to be here a little while. At Night is aware that Christopher Proudfoot, the stepfather of Sebastian Wainwright Rogers and husband to Katie Proudfoot, appeared on a YouTube panel where he made several false claims. So,
oh shit, now y'all gonna make me a tragedy pimp by covering Michelle, covering this, and y'all gifting me memberships. Thank you, Deetsy. I love you. Hey, did you give me permission to use Crouton? Did you check the Discord? Those stickers, I'm just saying.
Presumably, he's talking about Elevated Truths panel. We talked about it. We talked about it when it happened. Okay. One notable false assertion was...
Merry Christmas, Jay. Love Crew and Nana. I love me some Crouton.
that Dog the Bounty Hunter did not attempt to contact him, which is demonstrably untrue. Additionally, Mr. Proudfoot expressed an interest in collaborating with Mr. Rogers. That he did. At Night and its partners will not offer assistance to individuals who are central figures.
I didn't even think to check his. Did he go live on Christmas talking about this? I'll check.
An ongoing criminal investigation. Okay, so I wasn't aware that there was a criminal investigation because you're not capable of conducting a criminal investigation, are you, at Night? Because you're not law enforcement. Law enforcement have continued to say,
well, it's real easy to sit on social media and make those comments. Sheriff Craddock says investigators deal with facts, seeking evidence and hard leads. There have been few official updates in recent months, but the sheriff says investigators meet weekly about the case. I've been pretty transparent. There is some information that's just not releasable, right? And that's only because any information released could be prejudicial to the case.
All right, so they believe that there's an ongoing investigation, including Mrs. Katie Proudfoot, her husband, Christopher Proudfoot, or their associates. If you've got any information, contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office at 615-451 or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND or tips to TBI at tbi.tn.gov or the FBI tip line, your local FBI office or nearest American embassy or consulate. I'm not going to give any other numbers because those are the numbers.
Okay, it looks like, okay, so I went over here and looked and I see that Josh did a little Christmas Eve night. That's where he read his poem that everybody's butt heard about. And then Elevated Truth did do a live stream pertaining to Sebastian. At least I think it's pertaining to Sebastian because it says hashtag bring Sebastian home. This was yesterday afternoon. So yes, Elevated Truth is, use a tragedy pimp, dog. Sorry. A new age.
That you need to send your tips to. Do not send your tips to Dog the Bounty Hunter. It's ridiculous. All right, so that was the 21st. We now jump to the 24th. For immediate release, At Night reaffirms commitment, finding 16-year-old missing since February, cites step family's search as diversion.
It is, Allie.
So for immediate release, all right, this is disturbing. I find this really disturbing.
Me too,
to post
Michelle.
this on Christmas Eve, to post this anytime, but especially on Christmas Eve when Katie is grieving the loss.
I absolutely agree, Kim. I absolutely agree. I pretty much just slept all day yesterday, but when I was up, I would cruise the YouTube streets and I would see people covering it. And it was like, bro, just a fucking day. Just a day. Like, it doesn't mean don't go live, but why does it have to be about Sebastian? Why can't you let his parents have a break? And Kim, you're absolutely right. It comes down to the subs as well. Because like I said in Dolly's chat, they were trying to get him to talk about it and speculate about it. And as a creator, he told them no, he was not doing that. And that's the way it should have been for everybody.
To post this on Christmas Eve, to post this anytime, but especially on Christmas Eve, when Katie is grieving the loss of her son. She has no idea where he is.
Well, the problem is, Michelle, a lot of these tragedy pimps, OG tragedy pimps, don't think that Katie is grieving. They think she is responsible. On the flip side, you got the new age tragedy pimps that are like, oh yeah, we know Katie's grieving. We don't think, she's necessarily responsible. We don't know who is responsible. We know she's grieving, but fuck it. Let's go live and go over it anyways. I can respect the fuck out of Michelle for waiting until today.
It is 10 months today that Sebastian went missing. There is no criminal investigation against Katie, against Chris, against Seth, against anyone.
I sure was. Every time I seen somebody live, I was like, you couldn't just wait. You couldn't just wait. I would leave my comment and leave. You couldn't just wait.
Do not be
because it's not speak about it. It's not talk about it. It's be about it.
guided. There is no criminal investigation. At night, Private Intelligence Agency underscores its resolute determination to locate 16-year-old Sebastian Wainwright Rogers, who disappeared on February 25th. No, law enforcement.
They have all merged. It's a team of tragedy pimps, new age, OG, and they represent different sides, but they're all exploiting this child and their parents, his parents, period.
And
then some of them do it under the guise of correcting misinformation. No.
February 26th, including the Amber Alert, because we know he was safe and well in his house at the very beginning, midnight, on February 26th. Retained by Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, at night, has allocated substantial resources to track credible leads. So things that people send in from the internet. That's what these leads are, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And making mountains.
Yeah, Nick's a well-known fraud. A lot of people have seen his history. They know his history, but they still choose to believe him because they've got their suspicions on Katie and Chris. That's not a reason to follow behind somebody just because he's saying the same thing you think. But at the same time, knowing that he's a fraud and knowing he's full of shit, you got these creators on Katie and Chris's side, calling him out. Good, call him out. But fucking wait a day. Christmas should have been filled with joy and love and happiness and positivity. All it let me know is a lot of y'all are suffering and you're fucking miserable. And YouTube is your whole fucking being.
Molehills about Texas Roadhouse footage. That's the sum total of their investigation, in my humble opinion. You can always sue me, can't you, Nick? Dog, can always sue me. I'd love to see the discovery. This is a whole ass field. You can't go in it because the brambles have taken.
She said it's a whole ass field. Yes, a briar field. You can tell.
It's a whole field.
I think so, Zero Jules. I think so. People, it's like they forgot it was Christmas. Like I did my Christmas on Christmas Eve. And so yesterday we did absolutely nothing. Tony went back to work. Me and Kaden just chilled. Did I see At Night's post? I sure did. As soon as it was posted. Did I want to respond to it? Absolutely, because it was fucked up. It was fucked up. The post was so messed up. Did I respond to it? No, not until today, because yesterday was fucking Christmas. And a lot of you selfish, desperate motherfuckers need to take a minute.
I'd love to see it. Your discovery. Coordinate multi-state search teams and work with licensed professionals, all focused on ensuring Sebastian's safe return. Investigators have mobilized across multiple states, have they? Is this your little volunteers? You've got a few little volunteers in tow, sending in tips from internet rumors. Is that it?
Saying perfectly. And I have backup on this. Like, I didn't really sit and watch any of the streams, except I did listen to a little bit of Clue and Cletus's. I kind of just went in to see what they were talking about. But with Clue and Cletus, she had just started her live when I opened YouTube. So I did listen to a minute of it, and I agreed with a lot of what they were saying. I just didn't agree with attacking it and going back at night media on Christmas Day. It could have waited.
Working alongside volunteers.
But I absolutely have backup. Like, none of you can tell y'all, like, as I was scrolling YouTube in between my nappy naps, if I seen something, I would share it to the Discord for me to go back to mine and her private DM so that I could go back and see, okay, this person's miserable, that person's miserable.
Your network's cool and remain steadfast in their belief that Sebastian is alive. In a disturbing turn of events.
Me too, Remy. Everything Cletus was saying at the beginning was on point. I don't have to like you to think that you make some valid points and you are being honest in what you're saying in that moment. I still think y'all are shitty people, but I did agree with what he was saying. I just wish it could have been saved for today, not more attention brought to it on Christmas Day.
That night, private intelligence decides to goad Chris and Katie even further. Oh, no, that's not quite what they said. That's what I said, but this is what they said. Christopher and Katie Proudfoot, Sebastian's stepfather and mother, have recently conducted local searches, treating Sebastian as though he were hit by a car.
And it doesn't matter that, and that's what I said, some people don't even celebrate Christmas, but that it's a national holiday. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that there are people that do celebrate it. So give that grace and assume that Sebastian's parents do celebrate it and just give it a minute. Just give it a break for just one day.
And abandoned, despite zero evidence pointing to such a tragedy. Let me tell you a little bit about the early search for Sebastian Rogers. Second search, you've even got it. You've even posted it. That search concentrated along Long Hollow Pike, the main road that serves that neighborhood.
That's all.
Why?
Jenny?
Because
you don't have to celebrate. You can still just be respectful that other people may, whether you know or not, if they do.
If he'd been a hit and run, somebody thought they'd hit a deer or a fox or something, didn't stop, then what happens is somebody's injured, they're disoriented, they may be able to stumble quite a way before, unfortunately, they pass away of their injuries. That was
Sebastian's dad was in chat. Are you talking about yesterday? And that's his prerogative. But just because he's in these chats don't mean everybody else has to do it.
It's what law enforcement was doing on that day. All right. This is a thing that is done in missing persons cases.
Never, Kiwi.
One theory that's
never
worth
happen.
Checking out. And this has recently been done in Jack O'Sullivan's case. If you've been following that case, it's a case from the UK. Jack disappeared after attending a house party. And he was seen on CCTV, and then he just disappeared. This back in March. Hasn't been seen since. What have volunteer search parties done? They've searched the 5-mile track of road between the place he was last seen and his home. The theory being he may have been hit by a vehicle and left for dead, either intentionally or otherwise. So they've checked that entire stretch of road. Entire stretch. It's been checked multiple times. Why? Places where there's a high likelihood the person might be
animals
are checked multiple times because things get missed. Evidence gets missed. People even get missed. We know this again and again.
Pay attention to this comment. Queen Bella said, in a month's time, they have had to experience their first Thanksgiving, first birthday of Sebastian, and Christmas without him. Whether you think Chris and Katie are responsible or not, whether you think Seth is a piece of shit or not, imagine if they're not responsible. Imagine if this is Seth's way of grieving. It doesn't matter. They are missing a child. What if? That's what every creator should be asking themselves. What if what I think is not what actually happened?
Again and again. And this is why I don't believe At Night Private Intelligence has any experience in real life searches. Because they don't understand that people get missed. Places need to be searched more than once by more than one set of eyes. So what comes next in this post is like amateur hour. This is really, really misguided stuff that's coming out, and people are lapping it up.
Yes, they are lapping it up.
All right. If the Proudfoots have information that supports this bleak outcome, well, they don't. That's why it's a theory that's worth checking out. It raises serious questions about whether they are deliberately withholding crucial details. No, it shows that they are following the advice of a PI and thinking about the most credible theories that could have happened to Sebastian. Notably, they have refused genuine assistance from at night while conducting a search in a wooded area that has already been thoroughly searched by thousands of law enforcement officers. Not thousands, you're just being hyperbolic there. But hold on a minute. You've said that you're not going to work with suspects from a criminal investigation, yet you say, notably, you have refused genuine assistance from at night while conducting. So which is it? You either don't want to work with them because they're suspects in a criminal case, or you've been trying to work with them and they've refused, and that's got your backup. Which is it? Because it can't be both. All right, moving on. A move at night believe.
You're good. Tugs heartstrings. Michelle also supports Clue. I've watched some of her streams, just saying, forgive my caps on. I don't see well. You're allowed to have your caps on in here. Michelle doesn't get into the drama between creators. She gets into the drama pertaining to the true crime cases. So does she know everything we know about Clue? Probably not. Or if she does, she doesn't care. She's sticking to everything that has to do with the case, not the outside stuff of Clue as a person. I don't blame her for that. Like I said, I'm the same way. I cannot fuck with you and still think you're right sometimes. I cannot fuck with you and still think you're funny sometimes. It's about being gray.
Is a disingenuous distraction that undermines credible leads, suggesting Sebastian is still alive. When someone goes missing, where do you search first? I'll leave that one with you. All right. According to At Night's investigators, there is no basis for a local hit and run scenario. According to your investigators, because you're off following leads from rumors, all focusing around Chris and Katie, because that's what the internet's focused on. Okay. Nor have the Proudfoots exhibited meaningful urgency since Sebastian vanished. You've no idea what they've been doing. You seriously have no idea what they have been doing. But we're going to read this absolute nonsense that they've written here. All right, for immediate release. Some of this is the same, so we can skip through some of this. All right, Night Private Intelligence underscores its resolute determination to locate 16-year-old Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, who disappeared on February 26th, 2024, from his Sumner County home at the age of 15. Retained by Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers.
You don't say, Pixie.
At Night has allocated substantial resources to track credible leads, coordinate multi-state search teams, and work with licensed professionals, all focus, blah, blah, blah.
Melissa J., don't you come in here giving MK a hard time. I don't give a fuck who he mods for. I'm just kidding. MK was doing what everybody else should have been doing and taking a break for Crumma.
Blah. Thinking Sebastian's alive. In a disturbing turn of events, this is the most disturbing thing I've seen this Christmas, but not for the reason they say. Christopher and Katie Proudfoot, Sebastian's stepfather and mother, have recently conducted local searches, treating Sebastian as though he were hit by a car and abandoned. Okay, moving on. Next page. Right, we've read all that. By contrast, At Night urges the public to engage only in legitimate efforts aimed at bringing Sebastian home safely. According to At Night's investigators, there is no basis for a local hit and run scenario, nor have the Proudfoots exhibited meaningful urgency. Listen, no basis for a local hit and run scenario. Well, you got to check it out, haven't you, before you can say that. Like, you've got to check out Sebastian might have fell down an open manhole, or he might have got stuck in a cave, or down a ravine, a crevice. You've got to check all of that out, all of it, before you can move on. You don't understand how searches work. You got to start at the very beginning. And if you've got a team in who's got another set of eyes than law enforcement, you start at the beginning. Timeline of concern and disruption. Listen to this. Initial disappearance, February 26th. Sebastian vanishes from the Profoot's home under circumstances the family has let to fully explain. Katie's explained to the nth degree multiple times what happened. Seth Rogers, alarmed by his son's abrupt absence, immediately mobilizes a private search, tirelessly dedicating personal resources and travel cross-country to track potential sightings. Well, I don't know that he tracked cross-country. He sat around in parking lots and around his truck while other people went on searches. He did that. So that was good. Initially, coordinating that was good. That was great. Refusal of professional aid, despite overtures now from Matt Knight and other well-known investigative figures such as Dog the Bounty Hunter. Look,
I love her reads, her sneak disses, her. I love the way she reads at night.
He was a TV personality. He's now an elderly, washed up, spent,
period,
done fugitive hunter. Chris and
period. That's what she thinks about Dog. I agree. Bro couldn't find his elbow if it wasn't attached to his body.
And Katie reserved the right to refuse help from anybody. You're just smarting. You're smarting, and now you're picking to goad them. That's what you're doing. You've given overtures. I thought.
But again, can we also acknowledge the fact that if people weren't disputing and constantly going against the bullshit that At Night is posting, because we know it's bullshit, right? Then, like, I feel like we bring more attention to it. Even me showing this right now is bringing more attention to the shit that At Night's doing. It's like, what would happen if we stopped bringing attention to it? I don't know.
You didn't work with subjects of criminal investigations. It can't be both.
Well, Dog was in Tennessee for his son's wedding, but Nick, yeah, no, he's restrained to Pennsylvania. Criminal.
Christopher and Katie Profoot declined offers of professional assistance, insisting local law enforcement had the matter in hand. Exactly. Let's concentrate on what law enforcement says, rather than being this maverick that law enforcement don't want to speak to. Because that's what happened to Seth.
Maybe it's the accent.
A long time ago. I know they've spoken to him since. Probably to try and persuade him not to go down this ridiculous route that he's going down. But I don't know. I wasn't there when he met with local law enforcement. At Night enters the search September 3rd, 2024, publicly announcing its partnership with Seth Rogers. At Night leverages cutting-edge investigative tools. Oh, yeah, the truth serum. The truth serum.
Truth serum.
And a broad network of licensed experts to ramp up search efforts. Almost immediately, the Profoots and their social media allies launch a barrage of unfounded allegations aimed at discrediting At Night and disrupting active leads.
At Night ain't searched for shit. Not a mudda clucking thing. Not one little bit of thing. You know who has searched and who's been searching? Even though I don't like the shit he does online pertaining to information he knows about Sebastian, the private information he knows about Sebastian. And this goes for, it's actually 3 of them. Or no. Skirt. Hold up. Let's correct that. 2 of them. Cletus and Stephen Crabtree have been searching, and they're looking in places other people, you know, might not have thought to look in. I think Clue joins in on the search sometimes. I don't know. But even though I don't fucks with the stuff they do online pertaining to these parents and the exploitation of this child, there are good things they do too, and they have been searching. I will give that credit.
Come on now. How did they do that? Let me know how they did that.
That's right, Remy.
Misinformation campaign in at least 7 states. Local, state, and federal agencies have been flooded with false reports orchestrated by Profoot's associates. How do you know that?
They don't.
How do you know that? you're not privy to local, state, and federal agency tips. Show me the evidence, show me the money, or else this is just words.
That's it.
These actions sow confusions, drain investigative resources, and divert attention away from legitimate tips that could find Sebastian. Legitimate tips. All right. So what we're actually talking about here are rumors from the internet.
Rumors.
Online
yes.
shifts in narrative. In December, Christopher Profoot re-emerged on YouTube to downplay interactions with At Night and Dog the Bounty Hunter. Chris actually offered to work with Seth, but no, you don't want Seth to work with him. So then you have to say, oh, we don't work with subjects of criminal investigations, but yet you did all this to try and persuade them that you could work for them. Yeah. At Night reiterates that it will not collaborate with individuals under criminal investigation. So all the overtures that you did, right?
At Night, the criminals will not collaborate with other criminals that are not criminals yet and have not been found to be criminals in the Sebastian Rogers case. Make that make sense. So one criminal won't work with a suspected other criminal. Get the fuck out of here, losers.
Flies in the face of that very sentence. Just ridiculous. Renewed focus, expanded search operations. On December 21st, At Night announced expanded sweeps in multiple regions. Springdale, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee, DeSoto County, Mississippi, Chesapeake, Virginia, Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Stanley, Wisconsin. Well, so all these places where you think Sebastian might be, well.
And Mystery says, yes, Clue does search with them, and Chris has been with them many times but was politely kept off camera. And that's the way it should be, because Chris ain't stupid. He knows what him searching and being on camera searching will bring, and that's exactly what happened, thanks to War Damn Eagle sharing that shit out.
Yeah, that's a few miles. What do you think Sebastian's done? Like gone on a little joyride? Jesus Christ. Or do you think that somebody's taking him all these places? What, taking him on this mammoth road trip, the best road trip of his life? Come on now. Professional investigators licensed in Arkansas.
Remy said all of those places, and Nick can't even leave the state of Pennsylvania.
Tennessee, Mississippi, Virginia, New Mexico, Wisconsin, and Oregon. Oh, yeah, because of that internet rumor from Oregon. Plus, volunteers in surrounding areas are invited to bolster the search teams currently stationed in Memphis, Tennessee, and neighboring regions. Well, I'd hardly consider Santa Fe, New Mexico, or Stanley, Wisconsin, neighboring regions, honestly. At Night's approach prioritizes safeguarding potential evidence and preserving the integrity of any legitimate lead. We firmly believe Sebastian is alive, says one of At Night's lead investigators, despite the Profoot's recent theatrics. Doing a local search is theatrics. Okay. And this isn't theatrics. All right, then. The most credible leads point to areas beyond Sumner County. We will not waste resources on staged media events. Our aim is to locate Sebastian and return him to his father safely. You ain't going to find him. That's why I offer all of this money as a reward, because you know you ain't going to find him. Debunking the wooded area diversion. On September 29th, 2024, Christopher Profoot, joined by self-proclaimed private eyes. Well, if you mean SF Investigates, he is a licensed PI in Tennessee. So there is that. And online personalities. So the people that you're engaging with, such as Dog the Bounty Hunter, are not just TV personalities. All right, okay. Ventured into a wooded area, theorizing that Sebastian could have been hit by a vehicle and abandoned along the brush. According to At Night's analysis and law enforcement records, these areas were already thoroughly searched for weeks after Sebastian's disappearance, providing no valid evidence. This area was swept by law enforcement teams armed with K9 units, drones, and volunteer lines. The investigator continued. Which investigator? Revisiting these woods months later with a camera crew doesn't move us any closer to finding Sebastian.
Period. You know who's not out there? Dog.
Actually, what it does is it crosses off potential areas of being researched, like searched multiple times.
Where did
you much lessen the likelihood?
Where did those PIs go? Oh, that's right. They were fired because they wanted to vet people. Oh, and look at all the people on that team now. They're all criminals and crooks. Oh,
that Sebastian's there. If an area can be crossed off because it's been searched multiple times, you don't understand this because you don't understand how searches work. Because you're just an online personality. That's why. Throughout the months following Sebastian's disappearance, Christopher and Katie Proudfoot travelled extensively for non-search related purposes. Bank statements, travel itineraries, and multiple eyewitness accounts suggest they embarked on vacations, making large or interesting financial transactions, and consistently cut ties with personal contacts who questioned their behaviour. So how did you get their bank statements? How did you get their travel itineraries? And how did you get information from multiple people that they were on vacation or that they'd made large or interesting, whatever that means, financial transactions? So who gave you at night? Who gave you access to Katie?
Nobody. That's I love Michelle. She pays attention to every little detail, and I love it.
In Chris's bank. You don't have access to Katie and Chris's bank, do you? If you do, prove it. In stark contrast, Seth Rogers has missed work days. Yeah, he has. He has missed work days. Because instead of going back to work like Katie and Chris did, you know, to support them.
That's a good comment. Let's pause it for a second. They've complained Ellie can't find Sebastian, but this at night media has more than 24 people looking 24/7 and still can't find Sebastian.
He relied on a GoFundMe. That's what he did. Driven cross-state at minimal notice, canvassed neighbourhoods to chase every credible tip. These parallel realities have escalated, last page, public concern over who is genuinely committed to Sebastian's safe return.
Yep.
Yes, because people believe this bullshit. At night specialises in...
let's hear that again.
Last page. Public concern over who is genuinely committed to Sebastian's safe return. Yeah, because people believe this bullshit. At night specializes in high-risk efforts and consultation services and is an online personality. All right, let's move on. This is the new one. For immediate release, December 26. Dog the Bounty Hunter and partners address Christopher Proudfoot's false claims. Dog the Bounty Hunter and his partners are addressing demonstrably false statements made by Christopher Proudfoot, stepfather of missing Sebastian Wainwright Rogers, during a recent public appearance. On a YouTube panel discussion, Mr. Proudfoot falsely claimed that Dog the Bounty Hunter...
Well, you damn well, Christina, why are you playing? You know damn well his foot would dislocate with his old ass.
And his team never attempted to contact him regarding efforts to locate Sebastian. But you said you didn't want to work with them. So why are you concerned about this? This statement is false and contradicted by documented communications from Mr. Proudfoot and his wife, Katie. Documented communications timeline. September 8th. At night, and Dog the Bounty Hunter received a text message from Mrs. Proudfoot, which reads, any communication to myself and my husband should go through law enforcement. Contact them, not us. Great.
Yeah, there are plenty. Yeah, there are professional search teams, and none of them are it, in my opinion. Well, like, let's use Cletus and Steven. They're not professional search teams, but they're even doing more looking for this child than this at night media claims to be doing themselves.
That's exactly what you should say. All communication, please send it through law enforcement. Based on anomalies in language and tone. So how do you know? How do you know how Katie normally sends text?
That's what they're doing, Southern Gal. They're cruising the YouTube streets trying to figure out what will torque people up. And the people are feeding into it. I mean, it just is what it is. They're not being taken as the jokes that they are. And if they are being taken as the jokes that they are, people are crucifying or calling out the shit that At Night's doing. But at the same time, because Seth supports them, they're dogging and dragging Seth. It needs to be separated. It doesn't matter if he supports them. He's obviously, Seth has lost his way. Just fucking keep him separate.
How do you know how Chris normally sends text? Oh, I guess Seth could have showed you some. Based on anomalies in language and tone, it's probable that this message was sent by Christopher Proudfoot using Mrs. Proudfoot's phone. All right, cool.
Yep.
So what? So what if it was Chris? Does it matter? No. Okay. September 9th. The following day, Dog's high-risk fugitive task force received a second formal text message from Mr. Proudfoot's phone. This message stated, Nick and Dog the Bounty Hunter's high-risk fugitive task force. Consider this your formal and only message from my wife, Katie, and myself. Do not, for any reason or circumstances, contact us in any way again. If you need to contact us, you need to reach out to Sumner County Sheriff's Office or Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Thank you for your time and attention in this matter, Chris and Katie Proudfoot. That's exactly what I would...
Yeah. Good for them. That's exactly what they should have said to At Night.
Would have written. I don't see any problem with that whatsoever. But now you're scared because Chris has said that he would work with Seth. Now you're scared. So now you have to put this theatrics on to get your little groupies all worked up, all excited. Additional communication.
And by groupies, see, she's not specifically naming names. She's saying groupies as a whole because y'all know who y'all are. But the same way they're At Night and Seth groupies, they're Chris and Katie Proudfoot groupies. Same thing. Y'all are all fucking tragedy pimps, and y'all should all be ashamed for exploiting this child and his parents.
Dog and his partners also attempted contact through group text messages involving Katie, Steve Fisher, and Christopher Proudfoot. These efforts were met with no cooperation or substantive engagement because they'd already told you what you need to do if you want to contact them. Despite these documented communications, Mr. Proudfoot falsely claimed during a YouTube panel that Dog the Bounty Hunter had not reached out to him. This claim is both untrue and misleading, as Mr. Proudfoot explicitly instructed Dog and his team not to contact him or his wife directly. These false statements harm public trust, distract from the critical search of Sebastian, and misrepresent the facts. Dog the Bounty Hunter and his partners are urging Chris Proudfoot to immediately stop making false and inaccurate public statements. These lies are not only absurd but also harmful. In addition, Dog's team is exploring civil legal avenues to address any damage caused by these misrepresentations. You are an absolute shit human being. Do you understand?
Tell them, baby. Tell them.
Caused by these misrepresentations. You are an absolute shit human being. Do you understand that? Nick, you are a shit human being. Dog, you are a shit human being. These people are missing their son.
And she ain't gonna say it, but I'll say it. New and old tragedy pimps, y'all are shit human beings.
And all you want to do is dump on them even more. You are an absolute shit show of a human being. Go and crawl under the rock from where you came from, because you're not welcome. You're not welcome in any legitimate search community. And I'm guessing that I speak for more than just me here. You're a shit human being. Totally shit. Prove me wrong. Let's have a look at this news clip here. This was like a one-day second search, and they got a lot of people together, and their focus was on Long Hollow Pike, not exclusively.
And the day after a news conference where officials did not provide much new information, the Sumner County Sheriff's Department and multiple other agencies are back on the ground today, searching for missing 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Now, it has at this point been 5 weeks since that Sumner teenager was last seen, and still no sign of where he may be.
So now they have to put this stupid clip in from Home Alone. Is that Home Alone? Instead of just playing the actual clip, they interject things from a movie.
Assholes.
How childish is that? This young man here is missing, and you want to play childish games. Okay.
Today's renewed search efforts.
To be fair, though, everybody's playing childish games. Like I said, Michelle doesn't get into the creator drama, but everybody is playing childish games, playing parents against parents, playing creators against creators.
Well, News 2's Adam Mincer.
All in the name of Sebastian Rogers. Shame on y'all.
Is outside the Sumner County Mobile Command Center with the very latest. Adam.
Mark, we're actually starting to see search crews come back to the Mobile Command Center, wrapping up the efforts for the day. We just checked in with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office
we do.
to see if they found anything of note in today's efforts. We were told that so far they have not. Now, today's search was very reminiscent of earlier searches that we saw about a month
There's Long Hollow.
ago when this investigation and the search for Sebastian Rogers began.
There's Long Hollow. There's Long Hollow.
They were searching many of the same areas that they did initially, and we saw.
Oh, they searched many of the same areas. Why? Why? Because it's well known in search communities that evidence people get missed. Evidence may have moved. People may have moved. Look, this is what you do.
Dozens of agencies out here today, everyone from the FBI, TBI, for some of the larger departments, and smaller ones as well, including the MTSU PD, Hendersonville PD as well, and the Lebanon Fire and Rescue Team, just to name a few of the more than a dozen.
See, and then the back to ridiculous childish clips. Absolutely pathetic. What is more of a professional standard? All of this showmanship.
They're 100% professionals. Everybody in this case is a professional, from the characters inserting themselves to the PIs to the creators. Everybody's a professional, and everybody knows better than the next person.
Shit that comes from Dog the Bounty Hunter's side, or a statement saying, if you need to speak to us, go through law enforcement. Which is more appropriate, do you think? Which is more appropriate? I know which one I would have chosen. SF hasn't said very much up to now. He made a post about Tony Mathis just to have.
And you know what? y'all know how I feel about SF. SF is messy as fuck too. Like I can appreciate some of the things he says and does pertaining to this case. Like I appreciated him going out and showing us what the terrain of the area that Sebastian went missing in looked like. But he also did straight up call Seth a pedo. And that's not okay, because whether he is or not, or was or is with Katie back then, that has nothing to do with Sebastian being missing now. That was a response to him, to Seth, to the team, because SF didn't like something they said, and he comes out and says Seth's a pedo. It's not okay.
I like how detached.
So he has taken part in some messy shit too.
Appropriate Tony Mathis is as a sports person. Yes, Tony Mathis is an absolute weirdo in my opinion.
Period.
I don't understand why Seth would want to work with him. Sebastian Rogers remains missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee, and an Amber Alert is still in effect for him. Sebastian is 16 years old at the time of his disappearance. He was 5'5" and weighed 120 pounds. A reward of up to $50,000 is being offered.
That's 50. 50. Ain't no money that At Night Media is trying to tack on to the reward fund presented by the FBI. No, it's not legit. They are, who are they? They're a bunch of criminals. If you believe they're finna top off this $50,000 to make it 250, 150, 75,000, whatever it is you think they finna add to it, they're not. It's bullshit. The reward is 50,000.
For information leading to Sebastian. If you've got any information about his whereabouts, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. You can call SF, a licensed investigator, a licensed investigator. 1-877-619-9890. Please do not call any tip lines operated by individuals or organizations that are not law enforcement, designees of law enforcement, or licensed investigators in the state of Tennessee, as this could put Sebastian in further danger.
Now, I do agree. If you're going to call anybody, call the TBI, FBI, Sumner County. If you're not going to call the police stations, I would say it's okay to call SF, because when it comes down to it, I don't think SF would release any tips without letting law enforcement know. Even though I think he's messy as fuck, I do think if he receives something of importance, he would immediately take it to law enforcement.
It absolutely could. Isn't the reward up to $250K? This person, Laurie, you have been listening to the nonsense. There's no $250,000 reward. Prove me wrong At Night. Prove me wrong, dog. There isn't. No, it's $50,000 from the FBI. Merry Christmas. My thoughts with the families missing a loved one today. It's undoubtedly a difficult time. To those who have entrusted me with their loved ones' cases, I promise to continue doing everything in my power to bring them home. You are not alone. There is an entire community standing with you.
And that is the kind of response, or not response, the kind of post that At Night Media should have been posting for Seth, their quote unquote client. They should have been posting the same type of thing. Instead, they took the chance to the opportunity on Christmas Day to post and take digs at Chris and Katie. Y'all are some sick fucks.
Juxtapose that with this absolute, it's just disturbing spewing of nonsense at Christmas of all times.
Yes, honey.
Disgusting.
Yes.
Absolutely disgusting. Prove me wrong. Just prove me wrong.
All right, that's it. Make sure y'all go show Michelle some love if you haven't already. Here's her link in the chat. And after At Night's post, taking jabs at Chris and Katie, Nick the Hat, the criminal, did go live and discuss some things about the Sebastian Rogers case. None of it is important. That's why I'm not going to show it, but I did want to show that he posted separate from At Night. He posted on his own YouTube channel. Like I said, none of what he said is important at all. Not one fucking. A possum and a weasel, because he is a cross. Oh, and then I'm pretty sure everybody has already. Let me stretch. That was a good stretch. Disgusting is what true crime YouTube does best. You're right, Kiwi. I agree. And I'm sure everybody's already seen the Just Another Trolls community post. A lot of people have been reading it off. I am going to be another one of those people because it does pertain. It actually, you know what? It pertains to the Sebastian Rogers case, but only in the sense of just another troll stepping away from Granny's watching because of the way she has handled this case. Okay. That's really all I felt it had to do with the Sebastian Rogers case. Everything else that she says in here is kind of personal problems and stuff that's going on behind the scenes. And I wanted to just go over it with y'all and see what y'all think. So, just another troll tagged Granny's watching. Oh man, where do I even begin? I'm on vacation in the Caribbean and my phone is blowing up. So, let me take a few minutes and break it all down for you. I supported you for 3 years. I was your friend, although I truly don't think you understand that friendship goes both ways. Being your friend exhausted me. For some reason, you're always in crisis, considering what some of your inner circle is going through in real life, because it's all about you. And I blame no one but myself for this parasocial relationship. So that's important to me. She's telling Granny how she feels or how it felt being her friend, but she's also taking accountability and saying, but I have no one I can't blame you for that. I have to blame myself for that, because if I wouldn't have got caught up in this parasocial friendship relationship, then this wouldn't be happening right now. I've happily poured my time and money and energy into you, helping pay for lawyers, birthday and holiday presents for you and the kids. I supported you and the complete mockery of a channel you've turned into. You made worthwhile changes after the summer of 2023, after the hell you were put through. That being said, you've lost your way again, and it's so much worse than before because you have included a missing child and a grieving family now. So that's her saying you changed, but obviously you didn't really change. It was a facade, it was a mask, and the mask is now falling because now you're worse than you were before, which I don't know much of Granny from before because I know her channel was just drama. But now it's the reason it's worse than before is because before it seemed like it was specifically drama. Now it's drama surrounding a missing child, meaning you're using this case to go back and forth with somebody who is also using this case, and y'all have made this child's case a fighting ground for you two, and it's disgusting. You know me. You think I would ever sign my name to anything legal in regards to this tragedy pimping behavior that you have going on? I guess so. Apparently, I don't even know. Granny wanted her to sign something. I don't know. I don't care. That part don't bother me. I guess it goes to show how you do run with misinformation. You vet nothing, don't ask for receipts, and have made yourself into a running joke and trauma behind the scenes. So many are laughing at you, not with you anymore. I was approached, as were many others, some who did choose to move forward and submit affidavits, not on allegedly Brittany J's behalf, but on what they observed and what's been done to them in their past by you. Unfortunately, they are going to show the patterns of your behavior. So that seems to me like maybe she wasn't asked by Jess or Granny to sign something on her behalf, but maybe At Night Media or Brittany J asked for some kind of affidavits to show a pattern of behavior from Granny. I don't know if that's really true. I have no idea. Brittany had no part in this. She's not stalking your children. Well, where have we heard that before? Stalking your children. You're taking one out of the playbook, huh, Granny? She keeps her fuckery online. She has no interest in your private life. Now, I don't know if Brittany J goes over private life stuff, but from what I've seen, she isn't the one that brings up the kids. She isn't the one that brings up the home life. But Granny has no problem doing so. She brings her own kids up. I should have walked away months ago when I began to side-eye your intentions, as I didn't recognize my friend anymore. You have made such a mockery of this poor child's disappearance. You have pushed amazing creators away who don't want to fuck with you anymore and now sit with Melting Face J, who you have to wonder. Now, I don't know what Melting Face J means, but I guess that's a personal dig at her. Who you have to wonder, with over 100,000 subscribers, why is she down here with you? I have asked this same question. Like, if you've got a channel with 100,000 subscribers, 80,000 of them must be deceased, because you could be doing so much with that kind of subscriber count, and you're not. You're hanging out down here in the gutters, exploiting missing children. You sit with creators who you would send me DMs about while I was at work. You know that thing where most productive members of society do during the day? To bitch and complain about time slots and how they steal your ideas for content. Grow up, Jess. I stayed for one reason and one reason only. That of a beautiful, humble, selfless, ride or die human named Megan VR. And I will grieve that friendship for a long time. So from what I understand, this is Jat saying, her making this post and going against Granny would cost her that friendship with Megan VR, because Megan VR may be unwilling to see things right now. And that's okay. Sometimes they are unwilling to see things. Or sometimes they just have a different perspective than you. And it seems like Jat was saying that she knows that putting this out here is going to change things. You know, Megan, the girl who would do anything and everything to help you. She does do a lot. She is all over these streets cleaning up after Green. They call, what is it? Tiffany Marie. She calls chasing the cleanup crew. No, that's Megan VR. I guess everybody has a cleanup crew, even me. I don't know. Do everything to help you, would move heaven and earth for you. The same girl who you refused to share her GoFundMe when she was in the hospital because she works full time, as does her boyfriend. So why would she need the money? Yeah, that lovely human, that person that I was lucky enough to call a friend. So this is her throwing some background information out there, saying that Granny, she's supported so much by Megan VR, but she doesn't support her back, is what it seems like. I'd hate to think of what you really think of the rest of us behind the scenes. The rest of your Discord became cringe as fuck, a dumping ground for women who have way too much time on their hands and even more anger and ickiness. Uh-oh, she said icky. Ooh, you're in trouble, girl. Just another troll. Don't you know that you're not allowed to say icky around here? No More Lies, which is a channel that constantly posts about Brittany J. And Brittany J and them have been saying that this was a channel associated with Granny, aka A Troy. You Need Help, which is a mod for Granny. Okay. So she's busting out right here that the channel absolutely does have something to do with Granny. You need help, serious help. There are so many more things to focus on than allegedly with Brittany J. Your hatred for her is concerning. Brittany J is a low-class piece of white trash, same as you, Jess, but at least she attempts to be true crime. I agree to an extent. I don't think she's a low-class piece of white shit. I don't think Jess is. I don't think Granny is. I do think that she tries to do true crime. Tries meaning speculating and theorizing and kind of with a mix of conspiracy. And she tries to stick with that until people start, or Granny more than anything, starts attacking the way she's doing it. That's when it becomes more of drama for Brittany J. She needs to learn to ice it out, to ignore it. Because she could just, people aren't going to always agree with you. I don't agree with Brittany J's coverage. So it's what people think of your coverage shouldn't matter to you. If you're cool with putting shit out and doing shit that way, then go on about your business and do it. But if you're so confident in what you're doing, then people, haters, call out channels wouldn't affect you. I apologized to her via email. She never responded. Nothing was shared. But how easy is it to leave breadcrumbs and see how you tell on yourself? So she's saying she didn't share anything, but she made it seem like she did. And apparently that got a response from Granny. I mean, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just going off what this says because I was trying to understand it too. I did it for myself. After you campaigned all over Krama that she's an active addiction, no one in true recovery would have done and said the things you did. And that's all I said. And I didn't even say that to Granny. I said I would have stood up for Granny if I would have known she was being accused of snorting something online. But me saying that threw her over the fucking edge, man. But I would. Still today I would. Because if you are truly in recovery, you would not, you can state your concerns. You can do that, but making fun of it, that's a no-go. Remember when you said, oh no, you didn't, wasn't a true junkie because she didn't work her steps of recovery the same way as you or I did? I have always and forever been a real lifer. I don't give a fuck. Now, see, I didn't know that Just Another Troll was a real lifer. I think this is where she's having a problem, is because Granny used to be solely drama, right? Hey, Truth. No one's recovery is the same. Exactly. Granny used to be solely drama. So from what I'm taking from this is Just Another Troll would do real life shit for Granny back then when it was all just drama. What and she's saying, I don't give a fuck. I'm a real lifer. Always have been a real lifer. Okay. I don't agree with that, but she's owning it. And she's saying, this is what I do. She has a problem doing it when it involves a missing child, is what I get. I come from communities whose currency is real life. You've welcomed said people with open arms, the same people that put out Katie Joy's essay report, who passed my daughter's obituary to self-proclaimed abusers. Have fun with her. Now, right here where she says have fun with her, I don't know who she's speaking of. If you know who that is, drop it in the chat. Because I have no idea who she's saying Granny sits with that did that stuff. If they do it with you, they'll do it to you as well. Lesson learned. However, I never would have cared to know. Okay, hold on. Jay did that? Again, that's something tragedy pimps do, so it doesn't surprise me. However, I never would have cared to know what the outside of Black Sheep Designs Big Ange, aka Voice for the Voiceless trailer looked like. Now, I want to stop right there because she did do a live saying how fucked up that was and how, she may not have kids but she does live there by herself and that's fucked up and unsafe. Well, while you sit there on a panel that did the same thing to me and my child and laugh about it. I have no pity for you. Is it wrong? Yes. If Granny did that behind the scenes and sent the outside of Voices trailer to folks, that is fucked up. Outside of that, I ain't got no pity for you. Or who Angela's Clips and Giggles husband and daughter was, or information on Learn to Swim or Skatey 420 children who are incarcerated. It don't hit you as much until it actually happens to you, does it, Voices? I participated in shameful behavior. I talked a lot of shit, but it was never off the back of a missing child. The past 6 months, anytime I popped in to listen to your lives, I couldn't even stomach it and needed a shower after. Seth Rogers might be a low-down kind of guy, but his child is missing. Missing. May you never, ever know the pain of losing a child. I know where my daughter is buried. I know how she passed. Imagine not knowing where your child is. Welcome to being what Joneson has coined you as, a new age tragedy pimp. Gang, gang, that's true. And it happened right in front of our eyes. Like it was like a slow progression. It started out with good intentions. It started out with what I would say was wanting to correct the misinformation that was put out there. And then it became something totally different in the long run. Say what you want, show what you want. This is an alternate reality that means nothing to me in real life when I close the screen. I don't need or want YouTube like I used to. I've grown out of it and I choose peace, love, and light. So this is her saying, I used to do some foul shit, but I ain't with it no more. I've self-reflected and I just don't want that. I don't want to be that person anymore. Good on you. While it may feel worthy to have strangers on the internet behind screen names love bomb you, that's not where I get my validation. Are you really in a profession that makes you proud, a good example for your family? Or are you too proud to research employment that does honor former felons? I do hope they make an example out of you or Barbecue Lady, the same chick you said suffered from main character syndrome and was stealing all the attention because she could afford a worthy attorney. So that's her saying, Barbecue Lady, main character syndrome, which means I want all attention on me. You both have made this child's case into a 3-ring circus and have impeded this investigation. Whether you like Granny or not, whether you like Barbecue or not, whether you like Clue or not, a lot of these people have impeded the investigation. The sheer irony of you having your mouth covered in your profile pic because you're being silenced when you literally took Showtime liking to court for restreaming you and commentating over your online content is chef's kiss. Love that for you. Mazel tov, Jess. You've made it. Let me come see what chat's saying. To an extent, it can be, but would you want your fucking enemy being the one to do that? You know, it's not going to help anything. It's going to throw you into a deeper addiction. Hey, Christy. Now I'm going back to enjoying my vacation, soaking in the sun, binging on food, going to the spa, reading actual books, a vacation that I paid for through hard work, not through the pity of subscribers. I am truly washing my hands of Chroma and YouTube. You won't see me hate bonding or befriending people that fucked you over. I have no interest in sharing private convos. It's boring at this point and borderline incestuous. Incestuous. To the rest of Krama that are pimping off this child, stop it. Move on unless there is something of substance to discuss. You are gross and should be ashamed of yourselves. Stop masking behind correcting misinformation. Stop coining yourself as wanting to change legislation while you sit in a drama community. That's true. And we are all kind of, we all have a part in that because, we are kind of in a drama community at this point, and trying to change legislation while you sit with the people that are causing chaos, it's not okay. You get to wrap presents and see the joy in your children's eyes when they open them. You get to do homework and dinner every night. These parents don't. Their light has been taken and their world is rocked. Have some goddamn empathy. Excuse me, God. Please forgive me. There is more to life than Bullhorn Betty and Brittany J. I promise life is better out here than wasting hours on people you don't give a single thought. With warmest regards, just another troll. And she tagged, it looked like she tagged a lot of people, but it wouldn't let me see it. Oh, no, I got to hit show list. Oh, she tagged Savage Live Media, Chronicles of the Shady, and Queen Bee. Okay. What y'all think about that? The reason I felt it necessary to go through it step by step, like paragraph, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, is because I commented on this. And I said, let's see if I can find it. Oh, I posted laughy faces and I said, y'all better leave this girl alone. And people automatically thought that meant I support a real lifer. To me, no, that's not what I was saying it for. I was saying it because she has openly admitted to the shit she was doing behind the scenes with grannies watching. We all know that when you do that and you show remorse for that, it doesn't matter. They will come for you. So I was saying, y'all better leave this girl alone. Like, let her be. Because if you're going to call her out for the real life shit, you better be willing to call the people out she was doing the real life shit for and with. But y'all don't want to talk about that, do you? Y'all don't want to speak on that. There are some gems in this comment section. You wanted to get with Granny? That's the word on the street. Scorned much? Ha ha ha. This is no troll. You state you've been trolled. What? Are you kidding us? It was just a lot of mean as fuck talk. What the fuck? A troll? Nah. Lucy, I think you're misunderstanding. Wow, this post is entirely too relatable. Jess has done the same thing to so many of us, and unfortunately, she is way too self-centered to even acknowledge or accept that she is the main reason a friendship falls apart. Her own selfish, narcissistic, and paranoid behavior causes so many to run the opposite way. Even the newer people are sick of it, especially when she goes after BJ nonstop, then claims that BJ won't leave her alone. Is she serious? She just looks stupid at this point. Regarding the filing situation, she 100% could have shut up and none of this would be happening right now. One would think that she would have just stopped, especially considering she knew that she could never afford to take this filing to court. Instead, because she is deathly afraid of numbers and chat dropping, she grifted thousands and now claims she is going to counter to get her, the subs, money back. So if she gets the money back, will she be sending it back to the subs? I don't know. I guess that would be up to the subs. Maybe they don't care. Cringe. It's all just gross. It's all about Jess. She will never consider the father missing his son who was trying to stop the daily bashing. Funny enough, Jess couldn't handle even one channel going over her own words because she constantly lies. but she is more than okay with being a bully channel, all in the name of chat numbers, super chats, and Christmas bought and paid for. It's mind-boggling how she can be proud of what she does. It's no different than holding a tin can at the stoplight begging for change. It takes nothing to press go live and rewrite her and BJ's history. Yet she is calling that content. She is clearly spiraling with the same monotonous BJ drama day in and day out. But anything for those chat numbers, right, Jess? I do find it comical that she does the stupid, did you hit the like button poll every single day when she used to clown LL. I don't know who LL is. So hard about that. Can I just say a lot of YouTubers are doing that? Hey, did you remember hit the like? Laura used to do that shit and it drove me nuts. And y'all used to clown Laura about that. Now, every single one of you are doing the same fucking thing. Y'all have no spines, no backbones, and you stand for shit. Nothing. Also, can I say, and I know some people that I'm friends with on here use the goals. That shit is so fucking greedy to me. I don't know what it is about the goal setting, but it's just like, damn, y'all don't think y'all get enough? Like, y'all out here exploiting kids for numbers and shit, and now you want goals set? You want specific money sent? Oh. Oh, you agree too, Melissa? Yes, the goals are nasty. I don't know what it is. I just don't like them. Sometimes you just have to wait for the truth, but it always shines through. Thank you, Jat. A lot to absorb, but plenty of time for that too. Oh, look. Brazy said, if you read this diatribe, seek help immediately. Well, I totally just read it. I guess I need to seek help. Oh, Jesus. Yikes. This is Natalie from Cali. Yikes. Looks like she won't be able to blame BJ or Angela for this one. But seriously, fantastic post, Jat. Perfectly stated. I agree completely about Granny watching using the Rogers case. It's disgusting as fuck and makes me so mad that people take this content to trash this child's father on a daily basis. How big of a piece of shit do you have to be to think it's okay to use this child for views and money? Let me like that one. Yes, Hunty. Then there's some saying that Jat is butthurt because Granny's not following after her, checking on her, blah, blah, blah. They said this was like a year ago that all this happened, like showing Big Angie's trailer and all that was a year ago, supposedly. Okay, this comment says, oh, that's the wrong thing. This is from Tiff Tiff. It says, excuse me. I would maybe think that you have 1 ounce of genuine intent in this long smoke screen of a post if you didn't jump out of the frying pan directly into the fire. Let's be honest for a second. If you think that BJ isn't making a mockery of this missing child or capitalizing off a vulnerable father's trauma, I would seriously have to question your intentions, your motivation, and your sudden lack of basic logic. Now, this part I want to say, like, I didn't see anywhere in there in the above post where she said that Brittany isn't doing these same things, but maybe it's because she said at least Brittany tries to do true crime. But I'm going to agree with Tiff Tiff on this part. They are both doing the same thing. And I would sympathize with Brittany more if she wasn't responding to Granny and just let Granny do her thing, because every time you respond to her, you're using a missing child to do so. So I would say stop responding and you wouldn't be accused of that, you know. On top of it, if you were truly disgusted by this mockery you claim that is being made, You would not contribute to the circus by fueling fires between creators over things discussed privately, things from the past, and things that have literally zero mechanism in the situation. It is clear what you are doing, at least to me. You acted from some place of resentment over something unrelated, and before you were caught being untrustworthy and two-faced, backstabbing people who have literally done nothing to you for the cause. You got out in front of it, despite the fact that there's nothing you could possibly contribute that will A, bring Sebastian home sooner. Hold up. Is there anything Granny's contributing? Or Brittany J or Queen Bee or Clue? Well, Clue and them are searching a little bit, so I'll take them out of it. Is Justin, is there anything that any of them are doing that's gonna, one, bring Sebastian home sooner? No. So that means anybody still going over this shit is exploiting this child and his parents. B, prove a single claim Brittany has made against Jessica, or C, give a push towards a peaceful atmosphere for the whole family during this very difficult time. So instead of owning what you did and leaving it be, you handle it like a total coward and decided to say, yeah, I did this, and then threw sand in everybody's face. Now that to me makes me feel like, okay, you can own up to your shit, but you ain't got to throw the rest of them under the bus. Nah, bruh. If y'all was participating, y'all deserve to be thrown under the bus. Keep your BS private gossip conversations to yourself and your own shit and move on. That's exactly what it was saying. I was right. Not only are you not helping, but you are making it worse. Let that sink in. You have made things worse for this moral cause you claim to care about. Don't kid yourself into thinking otherwise. Well, I don't see how her stepping away from Granny and letting people know why, or letting Granny know publicly why she was stepping away from her, has anything. I don't see how it's making anything worse in terms of the exploitation going on. I don't know. I don't agree with that. Enjoy your vacation. Hopefully you have time to reflect on your intentions and the harm they caused. Not the harm Granny or anything the other tragedy pimps are doing, but the harm Jack caused. Okay. They don't need some bitter Betty muddling the waters even more in a I cannot. Tiff, you have me on some spots, but woo! Enjoy your vacation. Hopefully you have time to reflect on your intentions and the harm they caused. They don't need some bitter Betty muddling the waters even more in a missing child's case. You are part of the problem. How easy it is to point your finger at Jat and not point it at your favorite creators. Shame you decided to shit on people who are really kind and have a long history with you. Work those steps again, girl. Happy New Year's. That's fucked up. Work those steps again, girl. You trying to allude to something? I know, Melissa Jade, is so sad, and that's why I said from my unbiased, I'm looking at this unbiasedly. Do I think Granny's a tragedy pimp? I think that's what she's become. Do I think there's still some good in her? Possibly. But no, like, these people are crazy. Let's see. Why, Jamie? This is Megan VR. Why, Jamie? I truly don't understand this. Was it really worth it? We supported you walking away like you wanted to, but all the extra stuff I don't get. Yeah, Jamie, why throw them under the bus, girl? You deal with your guilty conscience. Don't make other people address theirs. Now you're trying to affect all her other friendships too, some that she's worked hard to mend. This isn't like you at all. This isn't the Jamie that I became close with, and it hurts. I said, Megan, you really have to ask why. She's being accused of stalking Granny's daughter. Not cool. And that's true. Publicly, I'm basing my comment off what publicly has happened, is that Granny started saying that Just Another Troll was stalking her child And so then just another troll is getting all this backlash and all these comments and probably calls and messages and all of that. And so she decides, fuck it. This is what you want to do. Let's do it. I ain't mad about it. I just ain't. That's right. Because I am that snake bitch. Get over it. And then Megan says to me, with all due respect, Jones, and you don't really know anything. You have no idea what her and I talked about and how close we were. And you obviously don't know the full context of the message sent either. No, I wasn't commenting about y'all's personal shit. Commenting about like you having to publicly come on her comments and ask why. That's a problem to me. You don't, this is somebody that's supposed to be your friend and you're having to ask her why. You would know why. Accusing her of stalking Granny's child's page is a problem. Nobody would want to be accused of that. So you should know why she chose to do this. I'm glad you're loving this, but I considered her a real friend. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, Megan. I just now seen this comment. So Merry Christmas to you as well. I'm not loving this. Again, y'all took my comment for something it wasn't meant to be. My comment saying do not come for her is because y'all are not willing to go for everyone involved. Y'all are not willing to hold your friend's feet to the fire because she was doing this for people and with people. Period. In the background, she was doing this with a lot of you, apparently. So that's what it was about. My comment was not about love bombing Jat. Jat has been in my chat on and off since I've been on YouTube. This ain't nothing new. Lord have mercy. Oh, yeah. I agree with that too, Allie. I got to give it to Granny watching, though. At least she takes days off. The other one is every day, sometimes twice a day. And it's now talking about going 3 times a day. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I know. It's sad, Landry. It's sad. And apparently Queen commented talking shit to me in this. And listen, I guess Jat deleted her comment. I'm not sure. That's what she's claiming. So we're going to thaw you out for a minute, ho. Since my comment has been deleted, let me go ahead and post it here for this baby doxing sludge-knuckled bitch. That's me. As a reminder, she holds no weight in this community with the past you have of doxing folks and kids. Never have I done either one of those. You hold no weight in this conversation or in this community. You are only telling people to leave Just a Troll alone because she is a real lifer just like you. The fuck? Apparently, Jat deleted her comment. I don't know what her original comment said, but I mean, curious to know. And I just want to say, like, why was you even tagging me in this? Because I said, what was it I said? Share this tab and said, y'all better leave this girl alone. Because I knew what y'all were going to do. Y'all were going to attack her, but not be willing to go and call out the ones that participated in the bad behavior with her. Then you're going to say, you're going to tag me as if I'm not blocked. I don't know why the fuck you're tagging me. Or what? Shaking my fucking head. Sit your funky ass down in the punk bitch section where you belong, bitch. Shaking my fucking head. You're a whole ass baby doxer. You hold no weight on this. Girl. You need help, and I hope you find it. She just wanted to have something to bitch about. I heard she's still been. I haven't doxed anyone perfectly. She claims I've doxed PJ. PJ has came out here numerous times because I didn't. I blurred everything, but there was one part of the video when I was showing it that the blur didn't go all the way through, and MK Ultra froze it on that frame and took a screenshot, and it had PJ's name on it. It was PJ's name, and he posted that on his community post. So that's me doxing PJ. And the babies, I supposedly doxed her daughter because I showed the report that Sinner showed. And when I was showing that report, I was showing it to show that there are no names pertaining to minors or children. No names. It was all XXXXXX. It was all redacted. Now, if little redacted is doxing your daughter, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. So, since I'm blocked on her shit, I commented here on Jat's post. And this is the one and only response you're going to get from me, Queen Bee, because you ain't worth shit, bitch. I'm icing you out. You hold nothing over me. No matter, you could scream it from the rooftops. Nothing you says matters. And just because you're screaming doesn't make it true. So here we go. Here's your time to shine, baby, from Jonesin, because you are so fucking pressed. Queen Bee, why do you keep tagging me? I thought you had me blocked. Oh, you do. You're such a tool. You coming for me because Jat deleted your comment? Tell me you're pressed without telling me you're pressed, which I do wish I knew what the original comment stated. If by saying little redacted is doxing your baby, then sure, go on with your bad self, girl. So I show a report with your daughter's name redacted, and you decide to dox my whole fucking family. My whole family, y'all. My dad's address, his property address, where my son would get off the bus at. Did she know that's where my son got off the bus? No, but she doxed it nonetheless. And that is where my son gets off the bus. So your intentions might not have been to put my child in harm, but your ignorance did exactly that. Your spitefulness did exactly that. Miss me with your bullshit. No matter how many times you say it or how loud you scream it, it doesn't make what your ignorant arse, your ignorant ass is saying true. If I'm a baby doxer, then girl, you are a major baby doxer. Because you did Savage's family, you've done my family. If I'm a real lifer, you're a major real lifer. My actions didn't deserve what you did in response. And that's why the universe is fucking you over. You're a miserable bitch and you are getting everything deserved while I reap the benefits of a happy, healthy family life. Good job, boo. You're the winner here. Go ahead and tag her for me, little bumbles. Ain't nothing say you're a dumbass more than tagging someone that's blocked. Now back to icing your stupid ass out, because you are not worth the chicken shit on my boots. Period. And I stand by it. That's the only and the last response you will get from me, because I hear that for the past couple of weeks, while I ain't been saying shit to you because I was advised to not say shit to you, that you just can't leave my name out your fucking filthy mouth. You love some Jonesin. You want Jonesin to have all the attention. Good job. Good job. All right. That's it for today's live stream. I've got to get ready to go to the grocery store. Thank y'all for being here, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.
If you ever feel lost or caught in a bind, just think
think of Jones, and you'll surely find that the simple life's the one that's truly free. In a hippie hut, just like Jones, and you see